Well, here's a so-called update on the Shanquella Robinson case. And I say so-called update because this is information that we've all already reported numerous times. We've seen the video, we've seen the autopsy, we've seen everything except for a confession from those who took her life. So here's the latest information as we continue to put this story out, begging for the United States government to care as much about the life of a young Black woman as they do the other lives, like the blonde girl whose boyfriend took her life, like Natalie Holloway, who, when I was a journalist, we covered over and over again. So here's this information again, and I hope that everyone will share it again. Therefore, maybe someone in the United States government, since we've had to send this all the way to the president of the United States. However, if a police officer simply says that a Black person looked at them sideways, they can take their life, go to court, and be acquitted and get a promotion the next day. So here's the information. Again.
We are taking a closer look tonight at the letter attorneys for Shanquella Robinson's family just sent to the White House, demanding more action over her death in Cabo San Lucas in late October. You remember that she traveled with a group who then returned to the States, and they said that she died from alcohol poisoning, while the medical examiner's office says that she died from a broken neck. So this letter names the person attorneys say is a suspect, and she is another woman from this group. The letter says the woman is a suspect in what's called a femicide. So the Wilson Center says femicide is a specialized murder term in Mexico. It applies when the victim is female and there are other circumstances in her death showing she's targeted because she is a woman. It does include sexual violence, if the victim and the suspect had an emotional, physical, or otherwise trusting relationship, and if the victim's body was publicly exposed or exhibited. And there are other circumstances that could be involved with this. We don't exactly know which of these circumstances or how many authorities believe related specifically to Robinson's case, but we do know that video circulated after her death shows her naked and being attacked in a villa, and we also know she was supposed to be traveling with friends when she died. Now, this letter asks the president and also the Secretary of State to intervene somehow. They want to get Robinson's case resolved quickly, and the letter cites a couple of options, including extraditing the suspect to Mexico or requesting what's called concurrent jurisdiction with Mexican agencies. So that way, U.S. prosecutors would be able to bring the case into the United States.
And in my opinion, when justice, because it's going to have to happen, because as Black women, we're not going to sit by and not allow this family, this Black woman, to get justice for her daughter's life being taken. After this is done, I feel that the family of Shanquella Robinson should sue the United States government for not stepping in, for making this family suffer in the way that they have. Look at all this pain and suffering. Have you lost a loved one? Have you ever lost a child? So imagine someone's life being taken in this brutal way, and then the government won't do it, make you beg on your knees for months. We might even be at this for years looking for justice for this young lady, and the United States government is just saying we don't care. Just we don't care. We got better things to do. But again, if she were a blonde-headed girl that was over there and she was just missing, the whole world would stop. It would be all over the news. You notice NBC Nightly News never covered it. They have not covered it at all. NBC Nightly News. I'm not talking about the little morning shows and all that. I'm talking about the main news that most Americans look at. They haven't even covered it. But when that little blonde-headed girl was missing, oh my goodness. So her family should sue, in my opinion. What do you all think? The pain and suffering that the United States government is making this family go through when they have the proof on video. They can see it with their own eyes. This is just a message to show that we don't matter to too many of them.